The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso withdraw from Ecowas. We saw that they took this initiative last year to move out of the Ecowas bloc. And the massive response from the citizens of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. When Ecowas also heard that Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso were trying to leave the Ecowas bloc, we saw that Ecowas decided to do everything possible to bring back Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso into their bloc. We saw the mediators that they brought. Faye was one of them. And a lot of people try to reunite the two groups, but that didn't work out. ECOWAS started by trying to use force on these nations, by trying to impose sanctions on them, but all this didn't work. And the final one was for them to also use force by invading Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso for taking their sovereignty, and all these did not work. And finally, ECOWAS have to now meet to finally accept that they have no other option than to let them be, because all that they've tried to do to bring them back into the bloc didn't help them. So they said they are giving them a period of 6 months for them to reconsider their decision of leaving the bloc. But AES mean business. They still said no.
In Burkina Faso, people are mobilizing everywhere to show their commitment, their determination, and their attachment to the 3 presidents of the AES, who have fought day and night for the well-being of these peoples. With a chorus of vuvuzelas, whistles, and placards reading "Down with ECOWAS, down with France, long live AES," the demonstrators came to celebrate the departure of the AES states from ECOWAS. We're open to everyone, but to say we're going to return to ECOWAS to lead a march, they should really think again, because we really have decided, and we're proud of this decision, and we're going to pursue it to the end. In addition to the demonstrations throughout the country, a ceremony to raise the colours of Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger was organised at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Regional Cooperation and Burkinabe abroad.
L'objectif, c'était de nous affaiblir, de nous faire peur. Mais partout où ils ont tenté, ils ont
The aim was to weaken and frighten us, but everywhere they tried, they suffered a crushing defeat. ECOWAS is one of the strings of our enslavement, which was cut short on January the 28th, 2024. We know there are other strings left, but our 3 heads of state are still holding the rope tightly, which is to say that all the strings will be cut with no qualms.
C'est pour dire que toutes les cordes seront tranchées sans état d'âme.
On January the 28th, 2024, Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger announced their definitive departure from ECOWAS.
And what shocked everybody was the massive protest in Burkina Faso. Niger. Oh. You know, when ECOWAS saw the crowd, ECOWAS nearly fainted. Tinubu could not even stand the crowd. They were shocked. The people of the Sahel were so excited to the point that even ECOWAS couldn't believe it. ECOWAS was now thinking, this thing that they have done is going to give other nations the opportunity to leave the bloc. So, this celebration that is ongoing in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, it means these people never were excited that their leaders were part of this bloc. So, it's something. Tinubu couldn't sleep. Tinubu had heart attack. He was sent to the hospital. Tinubu could not believe his eyes that this crowd came to protest in favor of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso leaving the ECOWAS bloc. So, what Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso did is sending a signal to the whole world. Those who have the intention of invading and imposing leaders and imposing, let's say, the democratic leaders that they always tell us that they want democracy. The people of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have sent a clear message to the world. And those who are sitting outside of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, and you have problems with these three leaders being the leaders of the people are telling you enough. Mind your own business. They are happy with their leaders. They are 100% in support of their leaders. And it's not only Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, you know, to let them know that that gentleman club, as Julius Malema will refer to them, we are no longer interested in that club. Because it is a club, like All in All made it clear to us, that is serving the Western interests. They are only there to make sure that whatsoever that the West wants in Africa will keep happening. They are gatekeepers. You understand? So the policies, the systems that the oppressors kept in place, they are there to make sure that they look and watch over it so that nobody deviates from the norms of the oppressor. And they say they don't want to belong to an organization that is like that doesn't serve the people's interests. All that we hear our leaders say is democracy. Democracy. And this same system was given to us by the oppressor. That's all that we hear our leaders do. And no wonder when they go and sit in their meetings, we have the white people among them, and whatsoever decisions that these people would take, the people are aware. Sometimes we are beginning to think that maybe even what they agree on, the oppressor is the one who always say, this one you should do it, this one should be done this way, this one should be this way. Then they will not say, oh, Ecowas agreed to do this. But the most amazing part is we love AES. We've seen the protests in Burkina Faso. The numbers were massive. Niger, Mali, they are still coming. They are doing a warm-up. We are tired of being slaves. We are tired of being considered the inferior race. Because wherever we move and go to, as black people, we are not respected. People even tend to value their animals than us just because of our skin color. And who is responsible for these things is the leaders. Because they are not trying to be the leaders to push out policies that will protect we, the blacks. Ecowas and Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. As for Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they made it clear to us that we are one people, so they wouldn't restrict us, the movement and everything that we always do when we're part of Ecowas, or when they were all in the Ecowas bloc, will keep happening. We'll have our free movement, we can come there, we do everything that we need to do, as long as we are Africans, both in Africa and in the diaspora. They said AES is not for only Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. It's a movement.
Today, Africa in general, or the three peoples of the AES, have said yes to our sovereignty, our dignity, our independence in good and due form, and not the independence that was given to us on paper 60 years ago.
The three Sahelian countries are now united after forming their own confederation, the Alliance of Sahel States. The break with the Economic Community of West African States was finalized after the coup in Niger in 2023. The regional institution threatened to intervene militarily to reinstate deposed President Mohamed Bazoum and imposed heavy economic sanctions on Niamey, which have now been lifted. The regional bloc has nevertheless decided to remain open to dialogue.
ECOWAS member states will also continue to allow citizens of the three affected countries to continue to enjoy the rights of visa-free movement, residence and establishment in accordance with the ECOWAS protocols until further notice.
Niger, Mali and Burkina Faso have also decided to issue their own common passport. They will remain members of the West African Economic and Monetary Union.
they come out to tell us these people are dictators, these people are that, and African leaders are buying into that idea and they are willing to go and fight their brothers for the West. Why should we always sit down for us to have the final say from these people? They have to always tell us who is a good leader, and that is one thing that our leaders are so excited when these white people tell them, oh, as for this man, he's a good leader. You know, anytime they point fingers at somebody as a good leader in Africa, it means that person is a bad person. Through that leadership, they're able to loot the nation. They get everything for free. That way, they tag that person as a good leader. Muammar Gaddafi, we didn't know. The day that they unalive Muammar Gaddafi, that was the day they opened the eyes of Africa. Now we are no longer going to stand when you are taking out our prophets. We will fight and defend them with everything. If the two organizations, Ecowas and AES, do not stand together to agree on certain things, there will be some kind of friction. Like, there wouldn't be this kind of free trade markets that these people are enjoying. The economic crisis, free movement among us, it wouldn't be there. Kudos to Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso for always supporting our all-in-alls, our saviors, our protectors, our unifiers. The most loved.